Today's show is brought to you by Harry's. Please visit harrys.com and use the promo code CriticalHit to save $5 off your first purchase. Hi, everyone. It's Stephen Schleicher from Majorspoilers.com, and we are thick in the middle of Movember. If you don't know what Movember is, it's that month where guys grow mustaches to raise awareness and money for men's health issues. Whether or not you do Movember, you should check out Harry's, the official razor partner of Movember. As the official partner of the Movember Foundation, the company will be donating money and helping raise awareness for men's health. I've been using Harry's blades since they started advertising with us, and my face feels great. Harry's is a company that was started by two guys who are passionate about shaving. So passionate that they bought a razor company in Germany that's been crafting some of the world's highest quality blades for nearly a century. And because they own the factory, my wallet has a lot more money in it because Harry's razors are about half the price of other big branded blades. And best of all, they ship for free to your front door. Now, if you're starting out with Harry's, you can get a razor, moisturizing shave cream, and 3 razor blades for only $10 when you use my coupon code CriticalHit at harrys.com. With the holidays coming up, I want you to experience a clean, close, comfortable shave with Harry's, and that's why when you go to harrys.com right now, Harry's will give you $5 off your first purchase if you type in my coupon code CriticalHit. That's Harry's, HARRYS.com. Enter the coupon code CriticalHit, and do that at checkout for $5 off. You're going to start shaving better today. That $15 starter kit, only $10. I want to thank everyone who's been sending in fan art these last couple of weeks. There's a new one posted in the podcast posting page for this episode that you should really check out. If you want to submit your own sketches and share them with everybody else in the world, just drop me an email at podcast@majorspoilers.com. If you're a longtime Critical Hit fan, you know that next week is Thanksgiving, so we're not going to have a Critical Hit episode released next week. I know, but don't worry. I can assure you that this week's episode is a perfect place for everyone to take a quick break. If you're looking for more Major Spoilers entertainment to keep you occupied next week, though, you might want to check out our Munchkinland podcast, where many of the members of the Critical Hit crew try out different board and card games. Or maybe if you like the comic book discussion, I highly recommend the Major Spoilers podcast. In addition to Majorspoilers.com, where we post news, reviews, commentary, interviews, all sorts of stuff, we released over 30 podcast episodes in October alone, so there's plenty for you to check out and fill your ear holes. You can check out the complete Major Spoilers Podcast Network master feed at Majorspoilers.com, or you can find it on Stitcher or iTunes. It's really everywhere that you want to be. Finally, as we near the Thanksgiving weekend here in the United States, I wanted to say thank you to all of our listeners around the world. You're truly a great group of people who love games, friendship, and this little show we created just over 6 years ago. Thank you for all your emails, your comment postings, your gifts, and your supportive messages over the years. We wouldn't be doing the show if it wasn't for you. I also want to send a special thank you out to our Major Spoilers VIPs. Your financial contributions also keep us going and give us the funding to make even more great stuff for everyone. If you are a Major Spoilers VIP, be sure to head over to members.majorspoilers.com next week for nearly all of the level 17 character sheets, as well as the beefy Orem character sheet from that last world that we were in. I want to check it out. It's kind of surprising. Unfortunately, until we get to the point in the story, you still won't be getting Sakar's sheet, but it will come eventually. Once again, thank you. Thank you, Harry's, for sponsoring this episode. Thank you, Rob Walsh, for hooking us up with great sponsors this year. Thank you, listeners, and thank you, VIPs. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more good times. Unless, of course, you're a future person. Hello, future people. In which case, you can just get the episode, right now. All right, take care. Keep being wonderful. Here's the latest episode. Welcome to Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you for downloading, listening, and sharing this episode with a friend. Holy crap. That got weird. So why don't we just pick up where we left off last time, Rodrigo?
Right. So, last time...
On Critical Hits.
What did happen last time on Critical Hit?
We met the Queen's rebellious daughter.
I was trapped in a ruby.
Yes,
or
that's
something.
It was a bottle.
ranted at
It was a
people.
bottle episode for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
we went to a very nice, no Eldrin allowed spa.
Yes.
Well, I never.
Yeah.
And you never will.
God, the concept of a nice spa that doesn't allow Eladrin.
There you go. Now you have been across the multiverse.
Yes. And
We got some things spelled out
Ironed
for
out.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Visited Earth 138.
Basically.
And now, on to our next adventure.
That's right. So, as
The
you
curse of the purple horseshoe.
pointed out, the Queen's rebellious daughter appeared, and now she is taking you somewhere. So you find yourselves in a glowing geometric sphere, and after a brief flash of light, you find yourselves somewhere else. You are in what appears to be a warehouse, maybe. At least the walls are pretty blank gray, except for a few things that I'll get to. You are sort of on a platform, and below you there is a pit, but like a worker's pit. Sitting at it is a row, or basically 2 rows of maybe 50 creatures who appear human, but there's something about them that seems slightly different, although it really is only that slightly different-ness kind of feeling. They are wearing fairly simple robes and appear to be have their hands on some glowing spheres and are either looking into them or seem to have their eyes closed. But they all seem to be touching them. Every once in a while, they kind of like turn them in some direction. The layout of this place is both haphazard and smart. You know, you'll see a platform, like basically to get between one side of the pit to another, you have to go up a flight of stairs, a short flight of stairs, and then down another, which seems inconvenient until you look over there and figure that people probably have to come through there in some fashion, so it's actually maybe efficient if that's how things work. And basically, as you look out onto this place, there's a lot of that going around with lots of different levels, pits, doors, rooms, kind of off to the side, but this is actually a fairly open area where you guys are right now. Up against the wall on the right side of where you appear, and there's a wall right behind you. You guys are on the edge of this place. Up against the wall on the right side, there are kind of these basically boards, and above them they have some sigils, which I should have probably emailed you before I started talking about them. So yeah, there's these symbols, and honestly, what appears to be big corkboard things underneath them. When you
Are there,
appear
like, notes
and
on the corkboards?
say what?
Sorry, are there notes on the corkboards? Or
There are
post-its,
some.
or-
Yep, there are things posted. Right now, you're not really close enough to see them.
Sure.
But yeah, when you appear there, you kind of take a moment to take it all in, and she goes, "Well, travelers, welcome to Oversight. I'll take your statements over here."
Okay.
And she walks you along the wall and over to an office. Opens the door and gets you guys in there.
Take a seat, fully expecting to have collapsed by now.
Okay. You have not, in fact, collapsed.
We
Yay.
feel like we are going
Upgrade.
to
Yes.
You do not feel
We
any
feel
worse. Then again,
good.
the last time it happened, you guys were feeling
took a
pretty good.
while.
And in fact, actually, every time that it's happened, it just comes out of nowhere.
Mm.
So we felt great, and then kerflap.
Yep.
I shall stand.
Okay.
Kerflap.
And she sits down and pulls out some parchment and ink and an inkwell and a quill and says, "All right, tell me about this coil thing."
A little sparkle.
So, yeah, I know the most about it since I'm from where they're from. So they're called the Salamander's Coil, and they're based in New Mahuakal on the southern continent.
Okay.
And their leader is Paik. He's their chief officer.
That's Pake.
And Pake, sorry. And they're primarily interested in alchemical goods and mining, though they've got their fingers in a little bit of everything back home. They're very into artifice. They've got lots of laboratories. They've got lots of military connections. They're the most powerful guild on the southern continent, though I'm sure any other guild who got wind of what they're up to would very much like to get their hands on Lex technology.
Okay. And this leg guy works for them?
He did. He escaped, and the Salamander's Coil sent some squads to track him down and kill anyone that he was with. That's how I got involved.
I see. Okay. Well, that's probably good to go on. If you think of something else, let me know. Now, as you guys traveled, did you tell anyone where you were from and what you were doing?
We didn't tell anyone where we were from, though we did tell them to watch out for the Salamander's Coil if any representatives showed up.
Anytime
And
we kind of mentioned not being from where they were at, they just didn't really believe
Or understand.
that, we were from
We were
lot further
really
away
not where
than
they.
what
Yeah,
they thought.
exactly.
Right.
And to be honest, we really didn't have a clear explanation or understanding ourselves.
I see.
I suppose we sort of showed the Skytalker's Lex device, though I don't know how much they were focusing on that, since they just mostly seemed to want us to leave.
Or how much they could focus on that.
Right. And I think I've got a good idea, but what places have you been to?
Do you have the device?
Yes. So, at this point, Vertex was basically this place where the several realms were made up of the conjunction of dragons upon the plane.
Right. That's one. The nest.
The nest. Okay.
What about the next one?
The next one, that was...
The stars.
Yeah,
were
the stars were the
specific.
severed planes, and that's where the Sky Talkers were. And,
Tower.
Yeah,
We
tower.
had the Skytalker Tower, where they read the stars and learned how the stars
Right. That's
focus themselves.
9. The swarm.
And where you met us.
Met us, yeah. That was it.
Right. That is 11. The knot.
K-N-O-T, the knot?
K-N-O-T.
Okay.
So,
The swarm.
And what was the nest? What was... You had mentioned a number on that one? Or not? I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
sure.
What was the number?
The number was... the nest was 1. The swarm was 9.
Ah, okay. And the knot was 11.
Yep.
now when we did leave the swarm, was it? The
Skytalkers?
The Skytalkers.
Skytalkers,
Mhm.
yeah. We were in the presence of the Skytalkers when we had...
Right. I get that.
Okay.
Were we in the presence of the scout near the egg at the nest?
There was one scout, though he was a bit a ways away. So, yes, we might have been witnessed by a single Dreamquill scout.
Okay. Oh, good to know.
Oh, and the Dreamquills gave us magical rings. I don't know if that is a problem with cross-world contamination.
Yeah, it's actually a huge problem. Unless somehow those rings were made out of things that you already had.
Well, then I think we should be fine.
What do you mean?
Because, well, they were basically just made out of us.
Yeah, they seem to be crafted from
magic.
our beings, our souls.
Not exactly our souls. The essence
Our
that
essences?
makes up our souls, sort of.
That's fine.
It was definitely made from within ourselves.
Okay, then that's fine. You don't need to declare that.
Okay. Magical fruit? I'm just trying to make our job easier.
I'm trying to make our jobs easier.
She seems to be writing something. She didn't pay attention to that.
How much of the fruit do we have left?
What?
Or how much of the fruit do we have left?
I don't know. Looks in the bag. A lot?
Okay.
Are we supposed to declare this?
I
mean...
Let's not worry about it.
Okay.
She says, all right. So, turn in the device.
Okay.
She just puts it down on the desk. And the projection as well.
Oh.
All right. I guess I will entertain a handful of questions, but know that if something is classified, I can't speak about it. Fortunately, you guys basically forcing yourselves onto this means that now you have access to a lot more information. So, shoot.
The number and name of ours.
You guys are from Vertex number 12, the Bloom.
The bloom.
Yep. Because, it looks like a little flower.
Huh.
It's like, you got the prime material plane in the center, and then like the Feywild, and the Astral Sea, and the Shadowfell, and the Astral Chaos, and then the moon's like a little bee.
Oh. That's cute.
Who gives them all their names?
They've had them forever.
Oh.
But I suppose we did. The name of your organization?
Oversight.
You told us that already.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any people in this organization that are not from your race?
They're, well, all the ones you saw out there.
Okay. What were they doing?
Scanning.
For things like us?
Yeah.
Mostly major anomalies. The sort of traveling that you guys were doing is not going to show up in an off-vertex scan.
I'm curious, you're here to prevent this, but does this happen a lot where people are crossing from one place to another?
Not a lot. Largely because usually we prevent it.
Why are you trying to prevent it?
That's... Well, I'll put it to you this way. Who is trying to get to a new vertex?
Good point. What gives you the authority to determine which people are able to... What gives the Oversight the authority?
What gives us the authority? Well, we figure if everybody just sticks to their own plane, then they're fine. And we have the means and the resources to keep everybody in their planes.
Oversight doesn't stick to their own plane.
That's right, we don't.
So isn't that a little hypocritical?
I suppose you could see it that way. How can I put this? We are an organization that does what needs to be done to safeguard any given plane. There is a reason why we're called Oversight in every one of its meanings.
Noblesse oblige, essentially.
If you want.
Bound by a higher power?
Nope.
No?
It's us.
How does one become a member of Oversight?
One doesn't.
Born into it.
Sort of. Let's just say we got hired a long time ago.
Going to say you're eternal, aren't you?
In a matter of speaking. At least so far.
I thought I lived a long time.
Well, and you guys do by normal standards, but...
Would Thony have been one of your previous assets?
Yes.
Have we met any others?
Maybe. I don't know who all you've met.
Good number of people.
Did you find us on the
Not.
knot?
Well, I ran into you.
Okay.
So
Were you just there?
It was
I
just
was-
a coincidence?
It wasn't the sense that you ended up so close to us. Then again, you guys were hopping pretty raw, so you guys, you might have been essentially riding our contrails when you got there. So maybe that makes more sense, but I was there because I was helping out the 12th oldest inspector. The 4th oldest inspector, I'm sorry.
So
Have you heard of any other people world hopping recently?
Not recently. But not every incursion is...
Sensed?
Not every incursion is pointed out to every agent, so there could be others.
I see.
So did the Oversight know that we'd been doing this, or was it just coincidence you were there to help the 4th inspector when we arrived?
It was coincidence. We were trying to set something up.
Did we screw that up?
Oh, magnificently. Hopefully not
Sorry.
completely, but
That sounds like us.
basically that place that we were setting up is not going to be in turmoil because one of the Alpha that they captured got away.
Oh.
Oops. Way to go. Escaping. I mean, geez.
Or
So
I've just
did
been
Lek-
sitting there most of the time with a giant grin on his face, so.
Did Lek just stumble upon this technology, or do you think that someone from your organization might have pushed him in the right direction?
Certainly not anyone in our organization. That is the opposite of what we tried to do. Every once in a while, something happens. We have this concept called railing relevance, and that's the danger that we feel any given thing, usually a given plane, has of manifesting something that will allow someone to travel to a different plane. For example, the swarm has a high railing relevance because all of the interactions between the stars, we can't possibly account for all possible combinations. So there could be one that opens up, one that goes right into the bloom.
But that's what those guys are out there to detect?
Yep.
And how will you try to deal with the situation?
With this situation,
Yes.
well, I'm taking your machine and I'm dropping you guys back home.
And then what?
Well, I have to run it past a couple other agents. I am not the caseworker for your plane.
Is there a plane you are the caseworker for?
Nope. I'm I don't have a case. I'm a wandering agent, as it were.
Which is why we've run into you more than once.
Potentially. You've
Well,
only
they've
run
run
into
into-
me. This is the first time we've run into each other off Vertex. So, I
So this
suppose...
is only the second time we've run into each other. So.
Right.
But you've seen these guys.
I have. One other time, I believe.
Sounds right.
No, two other times.
To reveal. Yeah.
And the Temple
Yeah,
of the
the
Winter
temple.
Skellion.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good times.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I remember them fondly.
All right.
The
And-
red thing out there.
The red thing.
With the map, I'm assuming it was? Or
Oh.
The boards.
the boards?
Those sigils.
Mm.
Those are the sigils we use to denote the planes.
Mm-hmm.
Or the vertices.
So we beat that one.
Yeah, you guys would be that last one.
So it was the interaction with the Feywild that caused Orem to be very strange on two of the worlds we went to?
Right. Orem, being an Eladrin, has a fundamental connection to the Feywild. It is, for you, basically what your bones are. So, being somewhere else and not having that connection, his body, his essence, tried to find something to replace it, and I'm sure it caused all kinds of hijinks.
A few.
Why did it not affect me? Is it just because of the generational gap?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You, as far as I can tell, have no connection to the Feywild.
What are you going to do about
No.
Lek? Or are you having to take this to the...
Yep, we're gonna talk about it and figure out where we're gonna go from here.
Will you let us know?
No.
Is there anything we can do to help?
Yes,
I know.
you can, and she pulls out a piece of paper and reads off of it. You can stay out of it. And she hands it to Orem.
Orm looks a little sad.
The piece of paper says stay out of it. In common.
Orm folds it up,
Oh.
puts it in the handy haversack.
Is common spoken on all of the planes?
Yes.
Is it the same on all
Why
the
is
planes?
that?
Or are we compensating during the travel somehow?
No. You're not like... Your brain isn't being altered to understand other stuff. That's ridiculous. Everybody speaks common.
Okay.
Interesting.
Did all the worlds start as one world?
No.
Why do they all speak common then?
That is actually classified. Maybe someday, if we meet again under different circumstances, and I don't have to kill any of you, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Promising.
Are you implying that you would have to kill us if we knew?
At this stage, maybe.
Okay. Well,
I do
I guess
want to
thank you.
thank you guys for being so cooperative. I know that you guys are adventurers through and through, so I know you've seen a lot of things, so that's nice. I do want to thank you for your cooperation.
You're getting us back where we need to be.
yes.
That's right.
Where
also,
are you
at least
going to
these
drop
guys
us off?
trust you.
Probably somewhere where it's convenient.
For Oversight or for us?
Oh, for Oversight.
Great.
Is it moderately convenient for us, maybe?
I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go.
Time. Does time work differently on any of the given planes?
No, all planes are largely synchronized time-wise, except sometimes for yours. We've detected some serious temporal anomalies over time.
I look at Rand.
Point at Randus.
Yeah, I'm sure he's detected them too. He's very intelligent.
Or
I look at Kit and just kind of roll my eyes if that's even possible for an Eldrin to do. It's one of those like, ooh.
there are whites in there.
There's a blue swirl or a green.
Blue swirl or a green swirl.
I'm really curious how an Eldrin would roll his eyes now.
Especially in the brows.
And maybe he just raises up his eyebrows then.
Yep.
And tries to contain a weird mouth expression.
Well, that probably about does it. Unless you've got anything here.
Would you be able to tell us how long
thank you
we've been
for-
traveling?
No. How long have you been traveling?
Well, we left.
Only about a
It
week.
was such and such time or such and such date when we left.
Your calendar. Yeah, sounds to me like you've been out for a little over a week, maybe.
All right.
Okay.
But hopefully
So-
shouldn't give the salamander squirrel too big a head start.
I hope not.
What happens when we go back?
Well, if you're smart, you find yourself a nice Eldrin girl and settle down and raise a family.
Has there ever been any large-scale incursions from one verdicts to another?
Boy, you'd think, right?
Yeah. No?
Anyway, I gotta get
Okay.
you guys home.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
She opens the door to her office or to this office anyway, and walks you guys out. Says, okay, here's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
We have a transporter room that is already keyed to your vertex. So all you guys have to do is go in there, relax. It'll be even smoother than the transition we just did.
Oh.
So you guys should be perfectly fine.
How is it smoother than that?
But once you do this a lot, you pick up even on the little granular things. But it's not going to be worse than that thing you were traveling in. I don't think that thing, like, if you guys had kept doing that, I'm surprised. Actually, you should probably check that each other's spleens aren't in your brains now. That thing
I can look
was
into it.
messy.
Great.
I mean, I think we just shot past octahedral technology. We were like, oh, well, this could probably work. No, this would never work.
Well, you know.
So
give
you're
it-
pioneers in a
seems to have worked.
sense.
Yay, yes. I mean, yay, left.
Pioneers of obsolete technology.
Yay.
Yay.
Hey, there's call for something somewhere, I'm sure. In any case,
So that we can't. Yeah.
step in here.
Okay.
Fortune favors the stupid.
All right. I'll step in.
Well, you guys walk in, and it appears to be a dome that is made out of triangles.
Triangle.
And then you guys hear a loud buzzing noise, and the floor becomes soft sand, and the triangles just kind of shrink until they're gone, and you guys find yourselves on a beach.
Daytime?
Yep.
What coast?
Think.
Based on the sun.
This would be probably a south coast.
Southern coast? Okay.
Any recognizable plants, landmarks?
No, they look normal. No immediate landmarks jump at you.
Shall we? Do we want to call some eagles?
Sure. Well,
Help us get a lay of the land faster.
do you...
Huh?
Trying to figure out if I know that the device he had found the ship.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you guys, like, if you had more time, I would have, before all of this happened, I would have said that maybe you could have had this conversation, but you can suggest it to Brian for him to think about that.
Okay.
Because I know he mentioned the ship.
Sure.
So,
Do you have any way to find? Because we might be near Coldport.
I suppose we could be. Let me look. Do I still have the beacon?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can,
Well, unfortunately, it doesn't tell you much about distance. You can basically call ship or tell ship to stay.
Okay. And then head towards ship?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, it also gives you a rough direction of where the ship is.
Might as well
If you push the
call
red
it.
button,
We
okay.
can try to meet it halfway
All right, you call the ship. The ship
Or whatever
appears to
way.
be south of you.
south.
South of us?
We'll say southwest.
I need to find one of our old maps.
And we were pretty much on the southern coast when we left
Yeah, Coldport
of
is
the middle continent.
Any chance that if I spoke to any of the locals, fauna and or spirit type things, it might give an idea of where we are?
Sure.
I'm
Give
going
me-
to do that.
Give me a nature check.
Nature check.
Oh, no, and wait until the stars. I don't know.
Check in nature with nature check. Where's my card? Over there. What's my nature?
I have a sextant. I can probably make one if I don't.
Here comes the nature check. Boom, 17. Not a good roll.
No. It's pretty low.
I'm still irritated at the sheer bureaucracy of that whole process.
Sure. It's okay. This roll is pretty low because these guys actually might literally recognize you.
I know where we are.
Oh?
Where are we?
How far away do I think I am, Rodrigo?
Yeah, I'll send you a thing.
Exciting private chatting action.
We're definitely near the Sage Coast on one of the islands.
Oh. Okay.
I may have associates on one of the nearby atolls, but we are a considerable distance from Coldport.
That's a little unfortunate, but okay. So what's our plan here? We can probably try to head back to the Middle Continent, see what forces we could gather, or try to go the expedient route.
I have allies, possibly, in the area that we could conceivably,
I need to get back
at
to
the
Coldport.
very least, find a place to
Okay.
reach on.
Coldport's
So-
where Luck left. We may be able to track him down from there. I have a promise I need to keep.
Shall
That-
we?
Going back to Coldport seems reasonable to try to figure out what happened to Lek, where they brought him. I mean, my guess
Fair
is that
enough.
they would head back to New Mahuakal, but we might be able to figure out by what route they were taking.
Yeah, I kind of assumed they would have head back to Southern Continent, but the Coldport sounds like a plan. Shall we eagle up, see if we can't catch the Queen's Rebellious
Great.
daughter on
I'm
the way?
so glad we're all agreed that we're ignoring the advice of stay out of this.
I'm pretty sure that was the unspoken advice she was trying to convey.
She knows us
I-
better
Orm
than
reaches
that.
into his handy haversack. No, really, look. It says right here.
Actually, it's blank
Yeah.
now.
What?
They'll cover their
This
tracks.
surprises you?
Okay, makes sense that they
I like
do that.
her.
So do I.
She's a good friend.
All right. So yeah, eagle up. What does that mean?
You'll see.
Yeah. Shall we do this?
Okay.
Yeah, hold on
Um,
just a second. I gotta, since I
Sakar's not a ritual caster, is he?
He is not, but he can help.
Yeah, you can.
14.
Was it nature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is why I was hoping.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to concentrate, rub my hands together a little bit. Think. And with the rest of you around me who's participating.
Yo.
I'll help.
I'm in.
All right,
We'll
that's
see.
nature checks, kids.
Mm-hmm.
I can also help.
Just looking it up.
21.
No, that's mine.
Yep, you're an 18.
Oh, I'm sorry.
God,
I am an 18.
I love how bad you guys are at eagle rolls.
I know, right?
It's like no matter who takes point, you roll low on eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, boom, boom, boom.
So that's 2 per everybody who got more than 10, except for Orem.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's
1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4.
4. So that's
8.
26.
Yep, 26, which gets us speed of 10, overland flight of 15. And we can fly for 12 hours.
Okay.
Should at least be able to get us to the mainland, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
As you are finishing the ritual, and basically Orem goes to Little Sparkle and is like, hold this, wave this. At the right moment,
Sure.
take the lid off of this.
Okay.
Basically, as the ritual finishes, you see an enormous shadow just on the ground, just swoop by. And then it comes by again, and then there's another one and another one. And essentially, if you look up, you'll see these colossal eagles circling down towards you guys. These eagles are all black. Just black from entirely black feathers.
Beak to talon.
Mm-hmm.
I bow down to them.
The one that lands closest to you bows back.
We need to get back to the mainland. This is Ket and Randus,
Hi.
Sakar, and Little Sparkle. We're hoping that
She
you
waves.
would be able to take us there.
Of course.
Thank you so much.
They all kind of squat down for you guys to climb up.
All right.
And we do.
As Sakar gets on his, it looks at him with his giant, intense eagle eyes and says, curious, and then lets him get on.
I climb on.
And they take off.
I think we can end it there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, all right. Why don't we end it there? A little bit shorter episode this week, but that's okay because strange things happened.
Yep.
I don't think the adventure's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, no, it totally is.
Well, okay, so the
Yep,
adventure's
not going to
over.
get involved.
Goodbye. Thank you, everybody.
That was it for
listening.
Critical Hit.
Thanks so much. Yes.
All these years, it's been. What was
Yep.
your favorite part of all these years we've been playing Critical Hit? I like how it ended super abruptly.
Yes, we got on Eagles and flew off into the
I
sunset.
like how Sam was here for 10 episodes.
Yes, thanks, Sam.
More than
And then
that.
Orem settles down with a nice Eldrin girl as instructed.
Yep.
6 a bag of cheeseburger.
In midair before we crash.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for downloading and listening. Podcast at majorspoilers.com. Be sure to check out the podcast posting page over at Major Spoilers. There is a link right there in the show notes. And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are what?
Critical hits.
A hit!
On
Yes.
Critical Hit.
This podcast is part of the Frog Pants Studios Network. For more information about this and other shows, visit frogpants.com. Audio program so good, it's like you're there.